Good morning, students. Today in this class, we are going to learn about Bell-Coleman cycle problems. Coming to the problem, see here a refrigeration machine has been given. A refrigeration machine is working on 6 tons capacity, working on the Bell-Coleman cycle. It has some pressure limits that the pressure limits has been given up to 5 to 5.2 bar, and the pressure temp. See, in the Bell-Coleman cycle, we are having 4 process of compression, cooler, expander, and a heating process. The pressure and temperature at the start of compression are 1 bar and 18 degrees Celsius. See here in the compression, when the air enters into the compressor, the pressure limits has been given as 1 bar and 18 degrees Celsius. And after completing the compression process, the air when enters into the cooler, the compressed air after the cooler, the air is going to be entered into the expander. There the air enters into the expander with a temperature of 41 degrees Celsius. See here in the problem itself, he is telling that assuming both the expansion and compression to be adiabatic with an index of 1.4, means the compression and the expansion of adiabatic index gamma should be taken as 1.4. By using of these pressure limits and temperatures, we need to calculate the coefficient of performance, quantity of air circulated per minute, means what is the quantity of air which is circulated into the system per minute, and piston displacement of compressor and expander, means piston movement in the compressor as well as in the expander, and bores of compression and expansion cylinder when the unit runs at 240 rpm, when the piston speed before and expansion cylinder, bore of compression and expansion cylinder, and double acting with stroke length has been given as 200 mm, and we need to find power required to drive the unit. By using of the given data, we need to calculate these 5 points. See, we are going to solve one by one in a easy manner. See here, already in the problem itself, he has given the temperature limits that T1 is equal to 18 degrees Celsius and P1 is equal to 1 bar, means when the air is entering into the compressor, the temperature and pressure has been given in the problem itself as T1 is equal to 18 degrees Celsius and pressure P1 is equal to 1 bar. And coming this T3 means here 1 to 2 process is the compression process, 2 to 3 process is the cooling process, 3 to 4 is the expander. In the problem itself, he is telling that here the pressure and temperature of at the start of the compression are 1 bar and 18 degrees Celsius. Since by using of the problem, we have taken here T1 is equal to 18 degrees Celsius and P1 is equal to 1 bar. And here the pressure, the cooled compressed air enters the expander at 45 degrees, means when the air is entering into the expander, 3 to 4 process is the expander process. When the air is entering into the expander process, the temperature has been given as 41 degrees Celsius. And here in the problem itself, he is telling that Bell-Coleman cycle has an upper limit of 5.2 bar. Means upper limit means that when the air has been compressed, the air increases the pressure up to 5.2 bar. Means the after compression, after completing the compression process, the air enters up to the point with a pressure of 5.2 bar. See here, we already in the previous extra days class, we have learned about the coefficient of performance of Bell-Coleman cycle. In that, I have shown you how we have calculated the work input of coefficient of performance. See here in the extra days class, we have got an equation for work input as a constant pressure Cp into T2 minus T1 minus of T3 minus T4. By using of this expression of COP, we are substituting the values which we know from the problem. That already knows Cp, constant pressure value directly, we know that 1.005, this is the constant value. And T2, we already, we knows only the temperature T1 and T3, but for T2, we need to find by using of the expression that T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. For calculating the T2, we knows the expression. By using of that expression, what are the values we know? By using of these values, we can calculate the T2 value by using the expression what I have said, and we already know T1 is equal to 291, and T3 value already it has been given that 41 degrees Celsius. Means when we are going to convert these 41 degrees Celsius into Kelvin, we need to plus 273, means 41 degrees Celsius plus 273 is equal to T3, means 314 degrees Kelvin. And T4 also, by using of the expression, we already knows how to calculate the T4. We are having an expression that T3 by T4 is equal to P3 by P4 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma, for getting the expression of T4. By substituting the known values of T1, T2 and T3, we are going to get the T4 value. That already the problem itself, he has given that the pressure in the PV diagram, we knows the pressure of P2 is equal to P3. Means for calculating the T4 value, T3 by T4 is equal to P3 by P2. P3 is equal to P2 and P4 is equal to P1. Hence, we are substituting in P3 and P2 as 1 bar and 5.2 bar by using the values of P1 and P2 and substituting in the equation T3 by T4 is equal to P3 by P4 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. We are going to get the value of T4 as 196. Hence, the work input equation is 57 kilojoule per kg. Now, in the problem, he asked first one, he asked to calculate the coefficient of performance. We are finding the coefficient of performance. See here, coefficient of performance means in the extra days class, I have told you that the expression for coefficient of performance is nothing but of refrigeration effect by work input. Refrigeration effect means nothing but of the heat which is observed here in the process. 2 to 3 process, the heat is ejected here, and in 4 to 1 process, the heat is observing here. Here, refrigeration effect means nothing but of, we are going to calculate the heat observed. Heat observed means nothing but of T1 minus T4, Cp into T1 minus T4. Hence, we are getting the value. See, the T1 value is 291. T4 value is 196. We need to minus this. 291 minus 96. 196 means we are going to get 95.42 by what is the work input we are getting here is 57. Hence, the COP expression for COP is 1.67. See, the refrigeration capacity is equal to 6 tons. Already in the problem itself, he has given the refrigeration capacity of the machine is 6 tons. See here, 6 tons is equal to 6 into 3.5. Why we are using here 3.5 means 1 ton is equal to 3.5. Yesterday I have told you about the ton of refrigeration, that for 1 ton of refrigeration, for converting the ice into water, we have got an expression that 1 ton is equal to 3.5, means we are converting the tons into kilojoule per second. Hence, we have taken here 3.5. Coming to here, we are going to calculate the mass of air per second. Is mass of air per second is equal to refrigeration capacity by refrigeration effect. Refrigeration capacity is equal to 21 by refrigeration effect. Already we have calculated now that refrigeration effect is 21 refrigeration capacity is 21. We can observe here the refrigeration capacity is nothing but of 6 tons. 6 into 3.5 is equal to 21 kilojoules. Hence, we are using this value here for substituting here the refrigeration capacity. And RE means nothing but of refrigeration effect. See here the refrigeration effect, we have got a value here 95.42. 95.42 means refrigeration effect means nothing but of heat observed. Heat observed means T1 minus T4. The value is 95.42. Hence, we have got the mass of air per second is equal to 0.2 kg per second. Now we are going to calculate the power required. Power required is equal to work done per kg of air into mass of air per second. Already we have calculated the work done per kg of air. See here, work done means work input already we have calculated here as 57 kilojoule per kg. Hence, we have substituted the value here. Hence, we have substituted the value here as 57 into mass of air per second. Now we have calculated mass of air per second is equal to 0.22. Hence, we have substituted here 0.22. Then the required value is 12.54 kilowatt. Now mass of air per minute. Here we have calculated the mass of air per second. Now we are converting these mass of air per second into minutes. Then we are multiplying with the 60, means 1 hour is equal to 60. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Hence, we are converting from seconds to minute. Hence, we are multiplying with 60. 0.22 into 60 is equal to 13.2 kilojoule per minute. See here, up to now, we have calculated the coefficient of performance, and the second one we have calculated the quantity of air circulated per minute. Here the quantity of mass of air circulated per minute, we have got a value 13.2 kg per minute. Now we need to calculate for the piston displacement of compressor and expansion, means displacement moving from top dead center to bottom dead center in compressor as well as in expander. See, we already know the general equation, that general gas equation is equal to PV is equal to MRT. Substituting the known values from the above given data, that PV is equal to MRT. For calculating V1, we have taken P1 this side. Hence, the required equation is V1 is equal to MRT1 by P1. We already know that mass of air per minute, we have got a value that 13.2 into already capital R mass of flow rate. General equation constant value for R is 0.287 into already we known that T1 is equal to 291. Here T1 is equal to 18 degrees Celsius, means we are converting into Kelvin. 18 degrees plus 273 is equal to 291 by, already we know that P1 is equal to 1 into 10 square, means we are converting into Newton per meter, that P1 is equal to 10 into 1 into 10 square. Hence, the required equation of V1 is equal to 11 meter cube per minute. And now we are going to calculate the piston displacement of compressor. In the third one, he asked to calculate the displacement of compressor as well as piston displacement of expander. Now we are trying for piston displacement of compressor. V1 is equal to 11 meter cube per minute, and V4, and means here in the problem that we know that T1 minus T4. This is the heat addition process which we are taking here. So that now we are going to calculate P4 V4 is equal to MRT4. That already we know from the above equation that M is equal to 13.2 into R is the constant value 0.287, and T4 is equal to, see from the above we have calculated here the T4 value also. See, T4 means nothing but of and T3 we know the general equation that T3 by T4 is equal to P3 by P4 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. Hence we have substituted here the T4 value as 196. Hence we are taking here the T4 value as 196 by P4. We already know P1 is equal to P4. Hence we are taking the same value as 1 into 10 square. Hence we have got V4 is equal to 7.42. Piston displacement of expander V4 is equal to 7.42 meter cube per minute. See, but we know the piston displacement actual value that V1 is equal to, we know the actual formula that V1 is equal to 2 into pi by 4 into D1 square L into 2. Hence we are substituting that we have got the volume V1 is equal to 11 meter cube. Hence we have substituted V1 is equal to 11, 2 into pi by 4 into D1 square into L length of the stroke already it has been given in the problem. See here, length of the stroke is equal to 200 mm. We are converting this into meters. Hence we have substituted here the value of length of stroke in 0.2 into, in the problem itself he has given the speed also. He has given the speed, running speed 240 rpm. Hence we have substituted the value as 240. And now we are going to calculate this T1. D1 is equal to diameter of the compressed cylinder. After substituting all the values, we know the unknown value D1. Hence we have got D1 is equal to 0.38 meter. Hence we have converted the 0.38 into centimeter square. Here pi means nothing but of 22 by 7 is equal to 3.14. We know the standard value. Hence now we are going to calculate for V4 also. We knows the general expander piston displacement from top dead center to bottom dead center, or from bottom dead center to top dead center. The value which we are taking here is pi by 4 into D2 square into L into N by 2. Hence we knows that V4 is equal to, from the above expression we know V4 is equal to 7.42. We have substituted here V4 is equal to 7.42 is equal to 2 into pi by 4 into D2 square into L into N. We already knows that P4 is equal to 3.142, the standard value of this, and L is equal to, already it has been given 0.2 N into 240. Hence we have got D1 value, D2 value as a diameter of expanded cylinder is equal to 0.313 meter. We have converted these into centimeter, 31.3 centimeters. This is what what we have calculated here. Now we have calculated about coefficient of performance, quantity of air circulated per minute, and piston displacement of compressor and expansion, and we have calculated the power required to drive the input. See here, we have calculated here the power required here. Power required means work done per kg of air into mass of air per second. This is what we have completed the 5 points which was given in the problem by using of the above data. And coming to the next problem, an air refrigeration system operating on Bell-Coleman cycle takes in air from cold room at 268 Kelvin and compresses it from 1 bar to 5.5 bar. The index of compression being 1.25. The compressed air is cooled to 300 Kelvin. The ambient temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. Air expands in expander where the index of expansion is 1.3. See, we need to clearly understand the problem, that how this air refrigeration system is working on Bell-Coleman cycle. We see, I have already told you the working principle of Bell-Coleman cycle, that the first process is about the compression, how the air enters into the compressor and how the compression takes place. Then when the air into the compressor, the temperature, see here, takes in air from cold room at a 268 Kelvin. Already it has been converted into Kelvins. No need of converting this here. Cold room at a 268 Kelvin and compresses it from 1 bar to 5.5 bar. Already the compressed air is from 1 bar to 5.5 bar given. And the index of compression being 1.25 means the index means nothing but of PV per gamma. Gamma value he has given here, that gamma is equal to 1.25, and the compressed air is cooled to 300 Kelvin means after the compression process, the air enters into the cooling cooler. There the compressed air is cooled up to 300 Kelvin. The temperature has been given here 300 Kelvin. The ambient temperature is to 20 degrees Celsius, and air expands in expander. After completing the compression process, the air enters into the cooler. There the temperature has been given, and after cooler it is going to, the air is enters into the expander. There the index of expansion means gamma should be taken as 1.35. Hence, by using of the above given data from the problem, we need to calculate the coefficient of performance of the system, the quantity of air circulated per minute for producing of 1500 kg of ice per day at 0 degrees Celsius from water at 20 degrees Celsius, capacity of the plant. See here, we already know how to calculate the coefficient of performance of the system. In the previous problem I have solved how to calculate the coefficient of performance. And the second point which we should calculate here is that the quantity of air circulated per minute. What is the air which is circulating in the system per minute for production of 1500 kg of ice means what is the air which is circulating there for converting the water into ice per minute of for converting of water into 1500 kg of ice per day. ఒక రోజుకి 1500 కేజీల ఐస్ ని మనం తయారు చేయడానికి ఎంత ఎయిర్ అనేది సర్క్యులేట్ అవుతుంది పర్ డే కి అట్ 0 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్. స్టార్టింగ్ 0 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ దగ్గర నుంచి మనము వాటర్ ఎక్కడ ఉందంటే 20 ఫ్రమ్ వాటర్ అట్ 20 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ వరకు, అంటే టెంపరేచర్ రేంజెస్ ఇచ్చాడు. అంటే ఏంటి, 0 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ నుంచి అంటే 20 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ నుంచి ఐస్ గా కన్వర్ట్ అయ్యంటే ఐస్ కూల్ అవ్వాలంటే ఏంటి మైనస్ డిగ్రీస్ లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. 20 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ నుండి టెంపరేచర్ డ్రాప్ అవుతూ 0 డిగ్రీ సెల్సియస్ వరకు 1 డేలో అంటే 24 అవర్స్ లో మనము ఎంత వాటర్ ని ఐస్ గా కన్వర్ట్ చేయాలి అన్నప్పుడు ఎంత క్వాంటిటీ ఆఫ్ ఎయిర్ అనేది సర్క్యులేట్ అవుతుంది అనేది మనం ఇక్కడ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి. తర్వాత ప్లాంట్ యొక్క కెపాసిటీ, ద కెపాసిటీ ఆఫ్ ద ప్లాంట్ ఆల్సో షుడ్ బి క్యాలిక్యులేటెడ్ హియర్. కమింగ్ టు హియర్, already he has given that we are going to calculate. We knows that here, see 1 to 2 process. Here the one that I am showing you the temperature versus entropy diagram here. 1 to 2 process here, the temperature increases from 1 to 2 means when compression takes place, the temperature is going to be increased from 1 to 2. See, the temperature is at 1 bar and it is increasing up to 5.5 bar. This is the cooling process. 2 to 3, the heat rejection has been takes place here, and 3 to 4, the expansion has been takes place, and 4 to 1 is the heating process here. Means heat addition process has been takes place and the cycle completed repeatedly. See, now we are going to solve T2 value. For calculating the T2 value, we knows the equation that T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. This is the expression for calculating the T2. Hence, we need to calculate only the T2. Hence, the T2 is equal to T1 into P2 by P1 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. Hence, we are substituting the values that T1 here, and the temperature T1 means highest temperature. T68 268 Kelvin has been given. Hence, we are substituting here T1 is equal to 268, and we know that compression ratio of P2 by P1 means nothing but of highest temperature is 5.5 bar, means highest pressure is 5.5 bar. Hence, we have substituted that P2 by P1 is equal to compression. This is the compression ratio, 5.5 whole power gamma means 1.25. Already in the problem we have known that. See here, compresses it from 1 bar to 5.5 bar. See the compression process, the initial pressure is 1.5 and the final pressure is 5.5 bar. Hence, we have substituted here the compression as P2 by P1 is equal to 5.5. And gamma value in the problem, it has been given that the index of compression. For compression, the index the gamma value should be taken as 1.25. Hence, I am taking here gamma as 1.25 minus 1 by gamma means 1.25. Hence, we got the equation that T2 is equal to 376.8 Kelvin. And now we are trying to get the value of temperature 4 also here. The temperature 4, we already knows that T1 and T3 temperatures. Now we are calculating for T2 and T4. Already we have calculated the T2 value here. Now we are trying for T4. We know the general equation for calculating the T4 as T3 by T4 is equal to P4 by P3 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. Hence, we are substituting the values that T3 already in the problem. It has been given the compressed air is cooled to 300 degrees Kelvin. Means here we can observe that this is the compressed air which is enters into the cooler. See, this is the 2 to 3 process is the cooling process, means heat rejection process. Heat is removed from the system, and here we are cooling the air here. At that time the temperature is going to be 300 degrees Celsius, means T3 is equal to here T3 is equal to 300, and P4 value already in the problem it has been given that and compresses it from 1 bar to 5.5 bar, means P4 P1 is equal to P4, P1 is equal to P4. Hence, the constant pressure is maintaining in the refrigeration cycle, that P2 is equal to P3 and P1 is equal to P4. Hence, P4 is equal to 1. We are substituting here, and P3 is equal to P2. Hence, we are substituting the value P2 is equal to 5.5 by 5.5, and the expression for the expander. See in the problem. See here, you can observe here, air expands in expander. The index of expansion means gamma value should be taken here as 1.35. Hence, we are substituting here in the expander, means 4 to 1 process is the 3 to 4 process is the expander process. Hence, we are taking here gamma value as 1.35 minus of 1 by 1.35. Hence, we have got T4 is equal to 192.83 Kelvin. See here, we are calculating the work done of the compressor as well as the work done of expander. We already knows the general equations of work done of compressor is equal to, this is general equation, n by n minus 1 gamma minus of 1 by gamma into Cp into T2 minus T1. We already we have taken this general equation in the when we are going to calculate the coefficient of performance. In the previous classes, I have shown how we have used this equation and how we have calculated the work done of compressor as well as work done of the expander. By using of this general equation, now we are going to calculate the net work done. Net work done means nothing but of work done of compressor minus work done of expander. Now we are trying for work done of compressor by using the general expression. We already knows that gamma is equal to n. Gamma is equal to n, or we can use n is equal to gamma. Already the gamma values for compression has been given at 1.25. See here, the gamma value for compression, the gamma value has been given here as 1.2. Gamma is equal to n. For this, we are using n is equal to 1.25 by n means 1.25 minus 1. Gamma means 1.4. This is the expander value. Gamma is equal to 1.4 minus of 1 by gamma is equal to 1.4. See here. When compression has been takes place, the index should be used here as 1.25, or the general constant equation for gamma is 1.4. Hence, we are taking here as gamma is equal to 1.4 minus 1 by gamma is equal to 1.4. And we know Cp, constant pressure value, is 1.005. And we have calculated T2 value here. T2 is equal to 376.8. 376.8. And T1 value, T1 is equal to 268. In the problem itself, he has given the T1 value as 268. Hence, we have substituted here. T1 is equal to 268. Hence, we have got the work done of compressor is equal to 156.2 kilojoule per kg. And now we are trying for work done of the expander. We know the general expression that n by n minus 1 into gamma minus 1 by gamma into Cp into T3 minus T4. Hence, we are substituting the known values here. N means nothing but of for expander, the gamma value should be taken as 1.35 and n is equal to 1.35 minus of 1. Gamma, the constant value of gamma is nothing but of 1.4 minus 1 by gamma in minus 1.4. Cp means constant value 1.005. T3 means already we have calculated, we know from the problem that T3 is equal to 300 Kelvin. Hence, we have taken here T3 is equal to 300. And T4 value we have calculated here 192.83 Kelvin, 192.83. Hence, we have got the work done of expander is equal to 118.69 kilojoule per kg. See here, now we are going to calculate the net work done. That net work done is nothing but of work done of compressor minus work done of expander. Work done of compressor is equal to 156.2 minus of work done of expander is 118.69 is equal to 37.5 kilojoule per kg. Now we are going to calculate the refrigeration effect. Refrigeration effect means nothing but of the heat which is observed. Heat observed means where we are heat is observed means up to 4 to 2 process the heat is observing here, and 2 to 3 process the heat is rejecting here. Hence, we are taking the expression as Cp into T1 minus T4. We already know the T1 values. T1, we know that T1 is equal to 268. Hence, we have substituted here 268. T4 means here we are having the value T4 is equal to 192.83, 192.83. Hence, we have got the refrigeration effect is equal to 75.54 kilojoule per second. We have calculated all this for getting the expression of coefficient of performance. Coefficient of performance means nothing but of heat absorbed by heat rejected minus heat absorbed, means nothing but of COP is equal to Q by W, means heat absorbed by heat rejected minus heat observed. Hence, refrigeration effect we have got here 75.54. Hence, I have substituted here 75.54 from the above expression. And work done already we have calculated here. The net work done is 37.5. Hence we have substituted here. Then we have got the coefficient of performance is 2. See here we can observe that in the first point he is using to calculate, he asked to calculate the coefficient of performance of the system. Hence we have calculated the coefficient of performance value as 2. And second one in the problem is asking to calculate the quantity of air circulated per minute. Per minute, what is the quantity of air which is circulating in the system? Now we are trying for this. See here, heat extracted per kg of air. What is the heat which is extracted? Here means nothing but of constant pressure of water. Here we are taking here the constant pressure of water into 20. Here, what is mean by 20 here? 20 means see 0 from 0 at per day at 0 degrees Celsius from water at 20 degrees, at 20 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. Hence we are taking here that 20 minus of 0 means these are the temperature degrees from 20 degrees Celsius to the, it is maintaining the temperature, means it is decreasing the temperature to form water to ice, means 20 minus 0 plus length of the stroke. See constant pressure of water, we know the standard value as 4.187 and 20 into 20 plus latent heat here. Latent heat means when the water is converting into ice, the latent heat of vaporization is nothing but of 335. Means this is the constant value, that when water is converting into ice, we need to take the general equation, latent heat equation as 335. Hence we have got the heat extracted per kg of ice. When we are going to convert the water into ice, what is the heat extracted from water to form ice? Here we are taking the value, the heat which is extracted from the water, then we are going to get the value as 418.74 kilojoule per kg. And mass of ice produced per second means we are converting the water into ice per day. What is the ice produced means how per second, what is the ice formed here is nothing but of 1500. See in the problem he is asking that 1500 kg of ice is forming per day. Hence we are taking here as 1500 by 24 means we are taking here 24 means per day 24 hours. Hence we are taking here 24 into, we are converting seconds into minutes, means 60 into 60. We have taken here 3600. Hence we have got that mass of ice produced per second. Per second, what is the ice which we are forming here is 0.0173 kg per second. Per second, 0.013 kgs of ice we are forming here. And the actual heat rejected per second. Per second, what is the heat which is rejected per second means we have calculated here heat rejected per kg of air is 418.74, 418.74 into per second means we are see here what is the ice producing here is 0.0173. Hence we have got the actual heat extracted per second, or we can name this as refrigeration capacity. Hence we have got here as 7.26 kilojoule per second. Hence we are converting these from seconds to tons. 1 ton is equal to 3.5. Hence we are dividing here 7.26. We are forming from kilojoule per, we are converting from kilojoule per seconds to ton. Hence we are using here 3.5. 1 ton is equal to 3.5, means 7.26 divided by 3.5 is equal to 2.02 tons. Now we are going to calculate mass flow rate is equal to refrigeration capacity by refrigeration effect. Already refrigeration capacity we we have got that 7.26 kilojoule per second. 7.26 by refrigeration effect means nothing but of heat observed here. What is the heat observed here means 75 heat here. Refrigeration effect is 75.54, hence we are substituting refrigeration effect as 75.54. Hence we have got mass flow rate is equal to 0.096 kg per second. See, this is what we have calculated here, that quantity of air circulated per minute for producing 1500 kg of ice per day at 0 degrees Celsius from water at see here what is the air quantity of air. See here means nothing but of mass flow rate. We have calculated here the mass flow rate is equal to 0.096, and already we have calculated here the COP of the plant, network done, and the COP of the plant. This is what about what he asked to calculate here, the capacity of the plant. See, the refrigeration capacity means the refrigeration effect of the plant is equal to 7.26 kilojoule per second. Hence, the 3 has been solved here in this problem. And coming to the next problem, an air refrigeration system is to be designed according to the following specifications. Pressure of air at compressor inlet means compression at a compressor and at intercooler, and the temperature and pressures of some specifications has been given here. Pressure of air at compressor inlet. At inlet compressor, the pressure has been given as 101 kilopascals, and pressure of work at compressor outlet is equal to 404 kilopascal. Pressure loss in the intercooler means the pressure which is losing at intercooler is 12 kilopascal. Pressure loss in the cold chamber is 3 kilopascal. Temperature of air at compressor inlet is equal to 7 degrees. Temperature of air at turbine inlet is equal to 27 degrees. And here isentropic efficiency of compressor has been given as 85%, and isentropic efficiency of turbine is equal to 85%. By using the above specifications, we need to calculate the coefficient of the cycle, coefficient of performance of cycle, power required to produce 1 ton of refrigeration. For getting 1 ton of refrigeration, what is the power which we need to required? Power, what is the power required here? And mass flow rate of air required for 1 ton of refrigeration. For 1 ton of refrigeration, what is the air which is flowing or circulating in the system? By using of the above specifications, we need to calculate these 3. See here, we can observe here that 1 to 2 process, the actual process is 1 to 2 process. That 1 to 2 process is the compressor process, compression process, and this is the ideal process 1 to 2 dash. 1 to 2 dash is the actual, and 1 to 2 is the ideal process. And see here 2 to 3, 2 dash to 3, 2 to 3 is the 2 dash to 3 is the actual, and 3 to 4 is the ideal, and 3 to 4 is the 3 dash to 4 dash is the 3 to 4 is the actual, and 3 to 4 dash is the ideal. See, we know already that T1 is equal to minus 7 degrees Celsius. Hence, we are going to get minus 7 degrees plus 273. We are converting this into Kelvin, and pressure P1 is equal to, see, at P1 the pressure here, the pressure which with the air which is entering into the compressor with the pressure of 101 kilopascal. See, we are taking here as 101 kilopascal, and efficiency of the turbine 0.85 has been given, and efficiency of the compressor is equal to 0.85. See here, we for calculating by using of the isentropic expression here, the isentropic expression takes place here. process 1 to 2 is isentropic, hence now we are calculating for T2. T2 dash T2 dash by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. See, this is general expression for calculating T2 value. T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. We already knows that T1 is equal to minus 7, means for at T the temperature of T1 is equal to minus 7 degrees Celsius plus 273 is equal to 266 degree Kelvin, and P2 already P2 is equal to P3, hence we knows that here 404 kilo, P2 means 404 kilopascal by P1 means nothing but of 101 kilopascals. Here 404. See here, pressure of work at compressor outlet has been given as 4.4. Hence we have taken here outlet means nothing but of at the after compression process takes place 1 to 2, and this is the outlet of the compressor. Hence we are taking here P2 value as 4.4. Hence we have substituted the gamma value is the standard value, which we know that gamma is equal to 1.4 minus 1 by 1.4. Hence we have got a T2 dash is equal to 395.4 Kelvin. See here, we knows that for calculating the efficiency of the compressor, we knows the value that T2 minus T1 by T2 dash minus T1, or T2 dash minus T1 is equal to, we are going to write the equation that 395.4. See here, T2 dash is 395.4. Hence we are substituting the T2 dash is equal to 395.4 minus T1 is equal to 266 by, here we are having 0.88. See, we can observe here, this is the isentropic expression of compressor is equal to 85%, and isentropic efficiency of turbine is equal to 85%. Hence we are taking here as 0.88, and T2 dash is equal to, hence we are going to get the T2 dash value as 4. After substituting all the values, we are going to get T2 dash is equal to 418.2 Kelvin. See here, and P4 minus P1 is equal to 0.03 P1, and P4 is equal, therefore P4 is equal to, after substituting here the P1 value, we are going to get here as P4 value 104 kilopascals, and P2 value, P3 value we are going to get here as 392 kilopascals. Now we are going to take here process 3 to 4 is isentropic. You can observe here 3 to 4 is 3 to 4 dash is isentropic process. Hence we are we know the general equation that T4 by T3 is equal to P4 by P3 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. Hence we are substituting here that T3 as 300 Kelvin. See, we already knows that here 300 Kelvin, 3 kilopascal means 300 Kelvin. They are converted here, and P4 is equal to 104. See, we can observe here 104. And P1 is see here how we are writing here 104 means P1 is equal to P4. Hence we are taking here P1 value. At P4 we are taking here P1. P4 is nothing but of 1.4. P1 P4 is equal to 104 by P3 is equal to 392. 1.4 minus 1 by 1.4 is equal to 202.3 Kelvin. Hence now we are going to calculate the efficiency of the expander, that T3 minus T4 dash by T3 minus T4. Hence now by using of this expression we are going to calculate the T-4 means we are going to take this T3 minus T4 this side, and now we are going to calculate T-4, hence we are going to get 216.53 by substituting all the values which we know here. T3 means nothing but of 300, and efficiency of the turbine already it has been given that 0.285, and T3 is equal to 300 and T4 is equal to 5. Hence we have got T4 dash is equal to 216.53. And refrigeration effect means nothing but of heat absorbed. Here the heat absorbed is nothing but of T1 minus T4. Hence we are taking here Cp into T1 minus T4, substituting the general constant equation of Cp is 1.005 into T1. We already know T1 is equal to 266 minus of T4 is equal to 216.53. Hence we have got the refrigeration effect as 50.47, and the compressor work per kg of air is equal to Cp into T2 dash minus compressor work means here this is the process 1 to 2 dash process. Hence we are taking here as a T2 dash minus T1. Hence we, after substituting all the values, we have got the compressor work per kg of air is 152.96 kilojoule per second. See here, turbine work per kg of air means nothing but of Cp into T3 minus T4. Hence after substituting we have got 84.9 kilojoule per kg. And net work output means nothing but of the work done of compressor minus work done of turbine. Work done of compressor we have got 152.96, and the work done of turbine is nothing but of 84.9. Work done of turbine is nothing but of 84.9 is equal to 72.06 kilojoule per second. Hence the coefficient of performance is equal to refrigeration effect by work done. Refrigeration effect is nothing but of 46.73. Refrigeration effect is here we have got refrigeration effect is 50.473, and hence we are taking here as 46.73, and work done is nothing but of 72.06. Hence coefficient of performance is equal to 0.73. The power required per tons of refrigeration capacity by coefficient of performance. Refrigeration capacity is 1 ton. We are converting these into 1 ton means we already know 3.5 kilojoule per second. Mass of air is equal to refrigeration capacity by refrigeration effect. Refrigeration capacity means 3.5 by refrigeration effect means 50.47. So refrigeration effect means 50.47. We have substituted here, and the mass of air is equal to 0.075 kg per second. And then power, for calculating the power is equal to work done, net work done into mass of air per second. What is the net work done means nothing but here net work done is equal to 72.06 into mass of air per second is equal to 0.075. Hence we have got the power as 5.42 kilowatt. This is what we have calculated here, the coefficient of performance of the cycle, power required to produce 1 ton of refrigeration, and mass flow rate of air required for 1 ton of refrigeration. This is what this is about how we are going to calculate the coefficient of performance of the cycle. Hence in this class we have learned the problems of Bell-Coleman cycle. If you are having any doubts regarding these problems, you can contact me. Thank you.